Hello and happy new moon day. Yes, today we're moving into the sign of Taurus. We've got a new moon and it's happening here at 8:30 p.m. in UK time. So we've got a little bit of time before it happens, but today it becomes a new moon. And yes, it is in the sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus is all about security, so financial security, home life, home security, job security, all those kinds of things, and just family, those things that make us feel secure. Taurus is all about that. Now, for today and for this whole new moon cycle, in tarot, the card that represents Taurus is the Hierophant. Now, this is interesting because in this deck, which is the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radleigh Valentine, we don't have that card. Card number 5 is called the Wise Counselor, and it's Archangel Sandalphon. Now, I love this card, and I love Archangel Sandalphon because what I always remember about him, what I think about him, what I feel about him, is he's really, really tall. Can you see the pillars here? Well, Sandalphon is as tall as the pillars. He's as tall as the pillars. So he is the messenger. He is the one that delivers our prayers straight to God. We tell him on the earth level, and he delivers them up in heaven. Isn't that a wonderful image? So this is what Archangel Sandalphon is all about. Now, the Wise Counselor card, or the Hierophant, is usually in traditional tarot, it's usually depicted by a pope or a holy man of some description. Now, I don't know if you can see, but down here got lots of symbols of different religions and belief systems. Now, this Wise Counselor is all about not necessarily following traditions or following the rules, but it's more about taking what works for you. So through this next month, through this next lunar cycle, with the new moon being in Taurus, I want you to think about what is working for you. Now, the Wise Counselor, the Hierophant, is a spiritual leader. It's not grounded in a particular religion. So it's not about you must follow a religion or you must follow a particular belief system. It's about finding out what works for you. Perhaps looking at these different things and making your own judgment about that. What's also interesting is that this card, this card is a card of duality. So it means that it could be follow all these things, follow the rules. That's where you will find your security, by following the rules. Or on the flip side, it could be we need to examine the rules and throw them all out and find out what actually works for you. And so this card is quite an interesting one for this month ahead. So as we move into May, in a couple of days, we've got this new lunar cycle starting today in the sign of Taurus. What are you going to do? Are you going to throw out all the rules, or are you going to abide by the rules and follow yours? Or, as I'm inviting you to do, find out what really works for you. What brings you the most security, the most spiritual community? What brings you the most safety, security? What brings you the most spiritual security? Okay, now, I also asked, what do we need to know and what do we need to do with this in mind? So, with that in mind, what we need to know is the 5 of Air, which, interestingly enough, is another card of Sandalphon, with Archangel Sandalphon, and is another, where does it say? Another 5 card. 5, 5. So this struck me as quite an interesting thing. Now, the 5 of Air is all about staying in integrity. Now, this is what we need to know, by the way. what we need to know. We need to know about this. We need to stay in integrity. Now, it could be that just at this moment, you are going through some issues and you are perhaps choosing unwisely. Perhaps you are trying to hide things that really need to be in the open, or perhaps you are being a bit too open. So it could be that you are stepping out of integrity, or it could be that people around you are slightly out of integrity too. So if you are making any decisions this month in this next lunar cycle, if you're making any big decisions, just check the people around you. Check that the people around you have integrity and are in their integrity. Because the last thing you want to do is take advice from somebody who's out. And bearing that in mind, you need to stay in integrity too. So this is what we need to know. We need to know that integrity is crucial at this point in time. It will also lead to the security. If we're out of integrity, we're going to be, well, we're just going to be all over the place, aren't we? We're not going to be able to sleep. We're going to be worried, all those things. Won't bring us any security. So that's what we need to know. Now, what do we need to do? Now, this is an interesting thing, because here we've got the Queen of Fire. Now, fire is all about passion. It's all about our passions. What are we most interested in? What sets our soul on fire? You know, it's that. It's what brings joy, but what drives us. And we have the Queen here sitting beautifully on a throne with a lovely black cat just in the middle there. Now, what we need to know is we need to stay in integrity. What we need to do is do all the things that will bring us joy. What's going to bring us joy as we stay in integrity and have the security of our spiritual beliefs. So what an amazing set of cards we have here. So we have the Wise Counselor, the Hierophant, Archangel Sandalphon, for this whole lunar cycle in Taurus. You can see the little glyphs there, the Taurian glyphs, okay? So it's about security, it's about our belief systems, because that brings us security. What's our code of conduct, if you like? How do we live? What are the rules that we live by? Are they true? Do they help? What we need to know is we need to stay in integrity. Whatever our belief systems are, we need to stay in the integrity. And what we need to do, light our fire, behave like a queen, rise above it all, and stay in our power, stay within our passions. Okay, right, so there we go. That's the new moon cards for this lunar cycle in Taurus. Right, I shall see you tomorrow morning for tomorrow's card. All right, much love, many, many, many blessings to you all. Bye then.